Joining me in today are two very, very special sports persons. They've put India up on the international stage and they're making waves constantly. The first question I want to ask to Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty. First of all, welcome to Firstpost. It's so privileged to speak to two of the best badminton players in the world. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
The first question I want to ask both of you, and you can take a pick who's going to answer this. Is what according to you is common between Sania Mirza, MS Dhoni, Vishy Anand, Neeraj Chopra, and you guys?
Common. Um, I don't know. I think probably each of them uh, were world number ones at in their sport at any given moment. Probably.
Oh, it's a good guess, Chirag. But I was going to go with the Khel Ratna, but it's a good guess. Um,
Oh.
Congrats on that, by the way. What's the feeling like when you got to know? I'm going to go to Sathwik first. What's the feeling when you guys got to know of that?
Uh, First, when we got Arjun Award, then we thought like we should work more hard for the Khel Ratna Award. It's not so easy to get to the two players, and in doubles events, it's more tough for us. We need to prove very much in the high level to get that Khel Award. Luckily, we did really well in Asian Games, so we thought like we have a good chance now. We played really well this year, so we are really happy when we got to know.
Chirag, your thoughts? What's the how has that made you? Is this sort of like a reward in some sense to all that you've worked towards? What's the feeling like?
Yeah, definitely. I think it feels extremely good that you've been best out with the highest sporting honor in the country. I think all the previous winners have been trailblazers in their sport. Everybody's um, probably the best in their sport. So I think it's truly a big honor for us. And yeah, I hope it only spurs us to achieve even greater heights.
Yeah, we'll come to that in a bit. But if I had to ask you to look back at the year that was, 2023 was very, very special. A lot of landmark moments for both of you. If both of you could sort of pick a moment that you would say this was the defining one for both of you as a pair, or if you could sort of look back and say what was the key take back from that, what would it be, Satvik, and then maybe Chirag could follow that up.
I think we started pretty good in 2023. The first tournament we played Malaysia Open. We played semi-finals. Then I got injured. Then I got a break for I was off for almost 1.5 months something. Then we started playing back again. Then I think for me personally, I kind of got knowledge how to manage my body. It became much easier for me to play longer tournaments without getting any injury. So that has helped me in this year, especially. That's the plus point for me. Then obviously Asian Games was really, really memorable for us. I think the team event was really special, and winning in the finals it was really, really special. So I think the positive thing for me was not getting injured, playing longer tournaments without any injury. That's the best thing for me in 2023.
Chirag, what about you?
Well, I think for me personally, I would say that there would be two if I could pick. I think one would be the Singapore Open. I think we lost in the very first round, and we were probably at our lowest low. We weren't playing that well. In the previous tournament, we lost in the second round, and in Singapore, right in the very first round. So right after that, I think we had a weeks of like a 1 week of practice, and we went on to play the Indonesia Open right after, and I think that was definitely the defining moment. We went on to win the title there, and same goes with the Asian Games. I think in the China Open Super 1000, we lost in the very first round, just 2 weeks before the Asian Games, and even then we were not playing our best. And to come out there in the Asian Games and come back with two medals, a silver and the gold, and also becoming the world number one. I think those two moments I would definitely say were the defining moments for the both of us. Those losses.
It's interesting that you say that, and that sort of somewhere even reflects the sort of year you both have had, and looks ahead to how you're going to build it up as well. But I want to talk about, because you've mentioned this, I want to ask you, what is the most difficult aspect of playing doubles? Because we haven't had such a successful doubles pair. India hasn't had such a successful doubles pair in badminton all these decades. What is the most difficult aspect in this particular category, you would think? Anyone can go for this one.
I think for doubles, especially, I think you should have a like great relationship with your partner. I think that's the main thing for the doubles. I think you should have a trust on your partner all the time. We always tell that it's kind of marriage. You're married to your partner, so he's very important. If in singles, it's you all the time. If you work hard, then you will win. If you're injured, then it's your day. But in doubles, it's not like both has to work hard, both has to be on the same page on the given day, both goals should be the same. So it's not a easy thing for the doubles. But initially when we started, it was tough for me and Chirag to communicate and get together on the same page. But later on, once we sorted out, once we travel together to the other tournaments, once we go out and share all those things, then it became much, much better for us. And we became very much good friends off the court, kind of
Wow.
brother for me. So that has helped on court as well. So I have a trust on him. Whenever I needed his support, he's there always. So I can trust him blindly. So that's the best part. And I think for doubles, it's especially important. You need a good heart and relationship with your partner.
Yeah, well said. I mean, nicely put. Couldn't have heard a better explanation to your relationship. Chirag, how's the marriage been then? Has there been any few hitches along the way?
Obviously, it's been really good. I think like Satvik said, obviously, the early days were not the best. Both of us come from really different backgrounds, and there were a lot of issues. Like I think worked our way through it. I think we worked as a team, and on the way we became really, really good friends. And I think that's one of the reasons why we play the way we do. I think, yeah.
I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's. I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I read somewhere that one of you said you both are like the Nadal and Federer together. Has that been said? And who's the Nadal then, and who's the Federer, and why?
You can guess it very easily. Who is Nadal and who is Federer?
Yeah, I can. I think Chirag is the Nadal, but I don't know. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, watched you guys enough to gauge so as much, but it'll be nice for you to explain why you think so and what qualities makes you who you think in this particular pairing.
Chirag is Nadal because of his aggression.
Yeah.
I think he's I never give up that fight thing. I'm more like Federer, calm, cool. I like to be calm, kind of like I'm like Dhoni and Chirag is like Virat Kohli kind thing. So that passion, like very much fire always. So he's always pumped up, that kind thing. But I am always in my zone, calm, like not really worried about anything. I'm in my zone all the time, like very calm and composed. This thing, yeah.
Does that work all the time? Is the fire and ice a good thing then, Chirag, or sometimes does it irk you saying, come on, give me something here? How does it work, or is it perfect in that sense?
I think it's perfect. I think we complement each other really, really well. I think obviously we have two different personalities on court, but our motive on the court is pretty much the same. So I think the motive on the court should be important, and the approach. I think it can be different. It's not necessary that you need to be really aggressive or you need to be extremely calm. You need to do what works best for you. So I think we both play our best when he's in his zone, calm and composed, and me when I am aggressive. So I think you need to know what works best for you, and that's what we do.
Did it take time to arrive at that, to get used to this different aspects of your characters on the field? Did that take a little getting used to, Satvik?
Not really. From starting onwards, I'm like in my zone all the time. Uh, so I think you need someone like aggression on court. It's not like always calm when it really matters. Sometimes maybe hardly I'll switch in fire mode, but always I'm in my zone thinking what will happen the next, where should I be ready for the next stroke and all. So, but I think starting as I said, like it's all about the communication between me and Chirag. I think I was very bad in communicating, telling my things. Kind of, I was into a lot of Telugu movies, and Telugu guy goes out with Telugu people only, not extrovert, always into the room watching movies, only listening Telugu songs. So it's kind of difficult for me to speak also because of he's kind of senior to me as well. So I'm kind of scared also that time when initially starting on with that. But later on we go out. Once that communication thing sorted out, then we became everything became like perfect on court. It became much easier than the fire and ice has always there on court. Yeah.
Yes, and we really, really enjoy watching you guys play together. I think it creates a lot of magic. But I also read somewhere that one of you saying that you're not the same duo who played Tokyo. What's changed from that point? And what's the reason why you would say that you're different now?
Well, I think, yeah, I think our approach is a lot different as compared to Tokyo. I think we've become a lot more. I think obviously we've become a lot better on court, but also I think we've become a lot more consistent in our performances, and we sort of know what works for us and what doesn't. I think in Tokyo we were um, like it was our first Olympic Games, and it was the biggest stage, and like although we played really well, but we were quite unfortunate to go out the way we did. But I think we've definitely evolved as badminton players in the past 2 years.
How much of the evolution that you would say, Satvik and Chirag, if I could get both of you to respond to this, how much of the evolution would you attribute to someone like Matthias and his contribution or his relationship with you? Just tell us a bit about how that's assisted you or what's been the biggest learning curve from that relationship.
I think after Matthias came, we became more professional as athlete.
Okay.
I mean, he taught us um, how to become more professional. As in, like your thing is very simple. Like you just need to go eat well, sleep well, then give 100%. That's very simple thing he told
Yeah.
us. But it's really difficult in these days to do that. Like to sleep at 10 o'clock, that's very difficult thing. To eat well, that's very difficult thing. I mean, for us that became like more professional once we traveling with him, once he got to share all these things. He played at highest level, then we followed his path and be disciplined. Like every time if you are late for 10 seconds also, he will scold us. Like be on time. 8:30 means 8:29, everyone has to report. So all those small things have become like we become so professional and things have fallen place. So we come on time, we leave on time.
Wow.
Then that has helped. And the way he planned things, the on-court things, tournament things, the travel things, it became much easier and makes more sense for us. I mean, how much time we are wasting just sitting in the car or sitting at the airport for 3 hours before we are going to the airport and wasting like 2 hours there. Like all these minor things. When you have 11 o'clock flight, do practice at 7 o'clock and leave to the airport directly.
Wow.
So all these small things has uh, made us like more professional and made us, I mean, without him we wouldn't be here after 2021 Olympics. We were really disappointed, but once he got back and he has some that fire as well. So when we are on court, we are three people, like three souls and two bodies. He also plays with us all the time. So yeah, he's second big brother for us. When Chirag is like we both are not in sync, then we'll ask him to play with us.
Nice. So he becomes the bit of a deal breaker between both of you, if it comes to that. But Chirag, anything to add on to that?
Well, yeah, obviously, I think what Satvik said, I think pretty much sums up our relationship with Matthias. I think in the past 2 years, like he said, we've become a lot more consistent. Our approach towards the game has changed quite a bit. Like we've become a lot more professional, and it doesn't matter how many hours you put in, but how good you are in those hours is what truly matters. It doesn't matter if you're training 8 hours or 10 hours, but the quality in those 8 hours or 10 hours will decide how you play on court. So, although our sessions have shortened a bit under him, but I think we've uh, our sessions with him are a lot more tiring than we used to have before. Like the sessions would be 2 hours long, but we hardly get any break in those 2 hours. So it's not about the quantity with him, but it's more about quality training. And I think that's one of the things, major changes that we've had over the past 2 years.
Just a few questions before we let you go. Of course, one very important point, of course, that we want to hear from you is, we hear so much about how so many other doubles pairs are really viewing you as a threat. You are one of the best doubles pairs in the world. That goes without saying. What's the banter like on the circuit, Satvik and Chirag? And what is the sort of chatter, if at all you know of, from the other doubles pairs in the world? And is there someone who you love going up against in particular? Satvik, if you can start, and then of course Chirag will come in.
Like as you said, like people are really scared to play against us because we keep on attacking. Our game style is attack, and I think in present circuit, everyone is at the same level. Once you're like you're playing first round of finals, the same level will be there. So it depends on the day how good you are, how hungry you are to the win. And I think playing with Indonesians is always fun. It always gives you some challenging, and Chinese as well. They keep on poking you all the time. They keep on playing with speed and fast, agile. They are attack, defense. They have all kind of these things. So playing against them will be like always challenging. Playing with Europeans is kind of little irritating. They play with mind game. They poke you like they don't play like more like they get into your head, and we play mind games when you're playing. So yeah, playing with everyone is uh quite challenging. As I said, like everyone is equally, even if you're top 20 or 25 on the given day, you can beat everyone. So yeah, I think yeah, playing with all like mostly I love playing against Indonesians and Chinese.
Chirag, what about you? What battles have you enjoyed the most?
Obviously, I think in the past year we've been able to beat the ones who we hadn't before. I think the Malaysians, especially the ones who we had lost to 8 times before, I think to beat them twice last year, I think was definitely a big tick for us. I think we really wanted to convert that win. So I uh, I think apart from them, I think like Satvik said, it's right now the men's doubles circuit is pretty much wide open. Anybody is like anybody can beat anybody on a given day. So it's the competition is extremely high, I would say, at this point. And I think yeah, but there's not a single pair I would like pick where I could say that I really enjoy playing against them. But yeah, I think it's like I said, it's quite an open competition right now.
Okay, quick questions to sort of wrap this up. I know you guys have given us a lot of time, so very, very quick questions, and you guys can tell me. So it's going to be I'm going to ask who among you both are this, and you both need to answer, both can answer, and tell me why. Who's the calmer of the two?
Satvik.
Yeah, I think we would have arrived at this point quite
Yeah.
predictably, yes. Who's more competitive? Is it going to be Chirag? No, come on. I think both of you are, no?
Competitive. Yeah.
Slightly Chirag, maybe.
Huh.
I mean, slightly. I mean, 60-40.
Yeah.
How much does Chirag? I want to ask Satvik this. How much of the game does Chirag carry after it's done? Is it? Does he talk a lot about it, especially if it's not gone your way?
No,
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 no, no.
nothing. We both don't talk much. Like we'll go on, we'll next time we'll see. We'll pick it up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the more punctual? Oh, come on, you got to be honest.
I think 60% me, 40% Chirag. No, I think
Oh,
Probably.
50-50. 50-50, yeah.
Satvik.
He's
Yeah.
always on time. Maybe like if session is at 8:30, I will be at 8:28, he will be at 8:29.
Hmm.
But both are will be on time.
Good save,
Yeah.
but Chirag will see you after this interview.
Yeah.
Who has the stronger will when it comes to following a diet, following your schedule, your training, and such?
Chirag.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You have a do you have any weakness when it comes to the food, Satvik? Anything that you particularly like to?
That's why I said Chirag. I don't follow diet.
Figured.
Chirag follows like pretty professional. I'm not so professional in that.
We'll get there. Maybe 2024 is the year for that. Could be your
Yeah.
resolution. But when you guys have a bit of an argument or a tiff, of course you're married, it's bound to happen. Who's the one who says sorry first or tries to mend or extend the olive branch first?
We didn't
Not
get into that
yeah.
situation yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Serious.
Seriously, we haven't.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Nice. Last one, guys, to round it up. 2024. What's the big aim? Is it obvious? But it'll be nice to hear it from you.
Do well in the big event.
You can say Paris
I think, yeah,
Olympics. I
That's
don't think
it.
it's a jinxed word, guys.
We don't want to say that, but yeah, we it's there in our mind. We wanted to do more than 100% than the last time. We want to give like 200%, leave everything there, whatever it requires. Then we'll see what will happen.
Any final words from you, Chirag, before we wind up and say bye?
Well, yeah, I think it's similar. I think everybody wants to. It's not just us. Every athlete wants to do well at the Olympics, and it's the ultimate goal. But apart from that, we also want to win medals in the tournaments we've not medaled at this year, and yeah, be as consistent as we can, and be injury free.
Yes, like you said, stay injury free and hope for the best. I think that's the best
Yeah.
takeaway and the best look forward that we can hope for 2024. Really been fun speaking to both of you. I think it's been amazing. Been very candid. A bit of a pleasant surprise for me too. Thank you so much. Was amazing speaking to both of you and wishing the two of you all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.